Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Welcome back to the StarLadder minor close qualifiers here for the East Asian region. We're into Matsu between MVP, PK, and Mazaalai here in the upper bracket finals. I'm the Eternal J. I'll be taking you through this series. And it was I mean, you could call it less of a series at this sort of point, more of a stomp from MVP in that first map, 16-2 if you missed it on Mirage. And now Mazaalai looks to improve on that scoreline here on Dust 2, although considering this is also another strong map for MVP, you've got to question whether or not it's even possible for Mazaalai to come back from such a beating in the first map of the series. MVP have such a dominant T-side as well. They win a vast majority of their rounds on T-side, 71% of rounds on T-side. And Mazaalai start things off on CT side. It's Dobu to kick things off with an opening kill on Zeph. Going to wrap back in and hold down the crossfire alongside his teammate. Look for the second player. Stacks right out of this gate. 9 dinged down to 1 point of health though, and he's now the key point of the defensive as Dobu falls back even further. Molotov in will take him down. No way he's going to escape from this. In fact, Stacks will be able to put a bullet straight to him to make sure that it's secured a guarantee. 4 versus 4 now. MVP continuing to push up towards that long position. 3 players now stacked up, a 4th on the way for the CT forces as Stacks deals with Sogu, now leaving it all left to Dobu and NCL, and they'll quickly get dealt with by Zeta and Stacks. Last man left to Cabal. The bomb will go planting, and there is not much he can do from this position. It is MVP with a pistol. 3 kills from Stacks. 1 kill on Zeta. And 0 chances for Mazaalai and Zeta, and Cabal, excuse me, to come in with this clutch. And the defuse kit was dropped somewhere on the bomb site and everything, so he's got to like get these frags uber quick. And yeah, he's just going to fall back and save this one. Bit of a brick wall, a bit of a road bump early on into the push from MVP, but in the end it just kind of steamrolled their way over it and destroyed everything in their path. Eventually Zeta does end up with that 2K, so you know, extra couple of frags on the board for him. But again, Stacks the main man of that whole thing. Eco comes out from Mazaalai. MVP dominate their way to victory once again here on the Eco round. Dobu, last man standing out towards the A bomb site. I mean, they've seen the resistance. They now know that the B site's completely empty, so the bomb will just rotate. It's down to Counter-Strike. Expecting this out of the T side start for MVP. Definitely been hoping to get a bit more out of this B site offensive, you know. We're going for another kill. And 2 on the board for MVP. Now the buyups can come through from Mazaalai to try and contest their position here on this map and in this series by extension. 3 AUGs, 1 from us. Still a deagle out for NCL, not ideal. Khalil's in with a Krieg for Stacks and a Scout for Zeta. Cabal rounds his corner, spots the first, bursts on through, trying to take the headshot and does isolate the first 1v1. Falls back out immediately, no response from MVP. No one, MVP? Yeah. No response from MVP. Particular Zeph couldn't make his way in through the entrance quick enough, could not get the trade frag, could not keep his teammate alive, so they have to play a 5 versus 4 in the last minute of round 3. Still got mid control being set up here by Zeph, Molotovs and flashbangs to try and keep them away from the mid doors. Zeta will take a face, as will Zeph, and both players are going to get tagged up pretty heavily because of it. So you're getting away on 92 points of HP, and they're alright. As MVP smoke up, flash in, and look to the A bomb site. 2 players there to defend it in Dobu and 9. Khalil rounds that corner, jumps right out immediately. Dobu with a blind spray. I think he caught him at the edge of that smoke, actually. Getting a 5-on-3 and taking face around for a bit more. Dink down, takes HSK, looks for Zion as well. Zion finally comes back to 2 kills of his own, right? He's straight back to the Eagle of NCL, who doubles up for the double kill and gets around on the board for Mazaalai. And MVP is not ready for the aggression of the CT forces. Very well played. MVP go fast into this next buy. AK's AWP at the ready for Zeta's completely glass cannon, but Zeta will be the first contact against Cabal, and Cabal and Dobu will spray together, get themselves 2 kills. Cabal will finally get traded back by Zion, but Dobu still around the corner. Soga gets dealt with on the B bomb side. The bomb has been dropped though, and Mazaalai know this. Flashbangs in from Zion, going to try and stall for a little bit of breathing room, get that, pick it up, and run straight into the B bomb site. Knifes out and everything to get that plant. And then Suniri's down, smokes up, trying to keep the CTs away. Oh, nades in on 9 and everything, 35 points of health. Molotov's up from him, continuing to push players out of cover position. Zeta now down, Zion extremely low. Stack's going to be the main man back here behind the Stack. Gets himself a kill alongside a kill coming in from his teammate. 1 versus 1 as the bomb gets tapped once, but Stack's not going to face it. Round the corner, very closely out of the smoke. Dobu's got a defuse kit, but Stack's times it well. And finds him just as he was going back, turning away from the main man of the defense. And going for the defuse in a full 5 seconds. 3rd on the board for MVP, and Stacks with another big clutch. And a big multi-kill round for him. And Mazaalai going to get forced down to very little if they have to force up. Or will they just eco? It looks like it might be an eco. Cabal there with a Deagle and Kevlar. But no one else investing. Should be easy cleanup as the B rush comes in. Zion waiting for 9. Quickly gets him out the plate. Last 3 players standing for the CT forces is Dobu and NCL. Oh, that wallbang almost connected as well. Zev should round the corner. Nice $600 kill for him. Now looking for for NCL. All the way back out to that pit position. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll continue pushing up towards him, but he will not be able to get the kill. Doesn't matter too much, it's only a USP, so it's not like they're saving much into the next round for Mazaalai. The double orb setup can come through for Mazaalai in this next round, and that's exactly what they're going to do. 1 for Cabal, 1 for 9. Everybody else with M4s. Drop weapons, perhaps? I mean, Dobu's not got a rifle of his own. No, 1 M4 has been dropped on the A for Mars coming out for NCL. Dinks down on HSK to begin. Quick rush towards the outside of Longhouse, and it'll be very, very low as the CTs lock out the crossfire with NCL and Dobu, and 2 players peek up. NCL gets a headshot and a spray down. Now knowing that Stack's also in the back of blue corner, nades him down at 37 points of health, and NCL's been doing so much damage here for the CT side. Read around this corner and takes Zeta down. He tries to get out of dodge, will take Dobu blind, but NCL there with a quick trade looking back for Zion. Is burning alive with the Molotov. Here in the reload as well. Smokes up 4 versus 2. The bomb will be able to get away for Zion. And Zeph sneaking in. Oh, Cabal actually might be out-positioned here. He does fall back further, but still only watching. Look at this from Zeph. There you go. Eventually gets that shot. Taken back by Sogu, though, and that's an instant trade, leaving Zion alone. If he had stayed passive and waited and not giving up that frag to the CT player, then maybe this bomb could go crossing pretty confidently. No, it will not go crossing at all. And 9 can get the final frag. 3 kills for NCL, though. Very well played from his part to control the Longhouse position. Alongside Dobu there for providing some utility support. Didn't quite get as much love in that round, but regardless, it's a 4th on the board for MVP PK versus the 2 obtained by Mazaalai. Molotov's in, spray blind by Dobu, and eventually the Molotov will take out Zeta. Good start to shut down the rush, and now they've got 3 players pushing in towards short of their own right. MVP, the split rush, not going to be going well for them. They can't even get a frag on the ball. Finally, HSK comes one, but immediately him and Stacks are tagged down to just low amounts of HP. Zion finally comes in with a flank, spots out 2 and takes them back. And just like that, MVP return to a man advantage, but for how long and how much can they hold out for? 2 players so low, Stacks and HSK. Good nade on their position, could take him out. The first one comes in, takes down 1. Zion getting tagged low of his own right. Still got smokes in, trying to hold out for as long as possible. He will get traded. Now it's all left to Sogu. On to Stacks, finds the man low. And MVP, well, they did turn around some trades to the man advantage. Unfortunately, the damage had been done by Mazaalai's initial defensive line. AWP gets recovered. 3rd on the board for the CTs, and they are holding their own here against MVP. That's when you consider how good this T side can get from the MVP side. Again, I'll bring up that statistic. 71% of all MVP rounds won on Dust 2 have been T-sided. Double op set up as well for Cabal and 9. 3 AUGs with CZs on 3 and 2 PT50s and MVP on the half bite. Go into the mid face, out towards upper tunnels, then to lower tunnels. Bomb on the back of Zeta. The smokes go down, the CTs try and stop the mid to be rushed. They've got 2 players on B side, 1 at CT spawn, so we're going to spot the players coming in, but not going to take the face just yet. Lines them up, sprays down 2, HSK isolates that 1 frag, but Cabal there with a trade with the AWP on site, and the last 2 players making their way in through the tunnels, now backed up by Dobu, on rotate here from mid, takes out Stacks, and leaves Zion completely blind with a flashbang. Doubles up for the 4th for Mazaalai. Now all even against MVP. Three T-side players go in and out to the upper tunnels position. The bomb on the back of Stacks. Cabal deals with him. 5-on-4 situation. Or peeking up and getting the opening frag. No trades coming in from MVP, and they tend to lose these opening kills. When they do on Dust, they seem to concede a lot. One can end up conceding the rounds themselves. Smokes in for the T side, covering off mid to B. Both sides are mid to B. Grenades from Sogu, ready to try and shut down any damage. Zeph take a little bit, 5 points of HP, but he's the only man in this mid position. Cabal actually forced to respond, and that's perfect timing for MVP to start peeking out. Blind shots do not catch Zeph. Now they know that both players are peeking in towards this. AWP spotted Spray and taken out by Zion. Now the attention will be turned away. Perfect chance for Zeph to strike, but Sogu takes him down. 4-on-3 situation. Bomb plant is going to be allowed. Zeta looking for one man in mid. Will line them up, but only get 9 back at CT. Looks in for Sogu regardless. Quick flips back on the no-scope. And Dobu and NCL, the last 2 players. Now just NCL is the last man. Zeta does get both of those frags. In the end, the last man on the backstab could not get to the retake, I don't think. Flash in, Diffuse is out, and the AWP covering it off. He's just going to fall back and wait outside of the entrance. And hopefully get a couple of picks on the way out of the round. It's a 5th for MVP as they take back the lead to Mazaalai. Will NCL get these frags? Org 3 picked up, and he does get the 1 kill. On with the second, perhaps? No, Zion takes him down. Timeout for the T side. MVP hitting a bit of a brick wall right now. Mazaalai have been able to adjust as appropriate, but you see 3 players going down in that last round. It's not quite as confident from MVP as we've seen over the course of Mirage especially. And again, Dusty being another confident map for them. Naturally, I think a lot of people would expect MVP to be able to take this victory relatively easily, but... So I thought Mazaalai have thrown up a bit of a fight. They're going on Dust 2 as well. Orp from Zeta times so well. Deals with Sogu to kick things off. Unfortunate mistiming there for MVP. That's a massive, massive start. Zion instantly enters through the B doors, or the mid doors, excuse me, straight onto 9. Isolating one man back on the B bomb site. If they executed now, but Cabal still got that AWP, he's fragging away. 3 versus 3. Looking for the second man, he gets the double. Available for a little bit more out here. 3 players have dropped SMG close from Dobu. Not ready. What? Wait, what? Oh, wait, excuse me, he's for the CT side. I'm being an idiot. I completely forgot. I honestly believe that was a T-side player, but apparently not. No, Stacks last man standing back in the corner, sprayed on through. NCL gets the double. Triple kill for Cabal, however, holding down the B bomb site. And Mazaalai will restore order to the madness. My madness, apparently. 5 on the board as a big start from MVP, going rushing down the mid face. Almost worked out for them. The AWP, of course, with the opening kill. They almost gained a man advantage for it, just blind sprays in the AWP trades. And 2 AWP stay in play for Mazaalai. This is the double AWP setup especially has been particularly deadly from 9 and Cabal.
Counter-terrorists win.
But the rebuys will come through from MVP. It's a force-up investment. 2 AKs, 1 Galil, 2 Deagles out. And the AWP's in on the Mazaalai side. 2 on the A bomb site. Pushing up towards long. Getting caught up above each other. Great flashbangs in. They do not spot the man, or they do spot the man towards the long position. On towards Pit. The nade will go down with the tag damage coming in from NCL. Stacks will be first casualty. And Sogu ready to face around his corner for 2 more. He catches the bomb partner and everything. Back in for the other 2. He gets the 3rd kill. Zion trades him, and the AWP of Cabal ready to trade right back on towards Zeph. Playing patiently, playing well. And Zion will be last man standing for the T side. All the way up at T spawn, unfortunately. Not going to get this round together for MVP. And Mazaalai will finally take a lead that they've been fighting for. Oh, so long. Good flicks in from Cabal. And Sogu, he credited with a 3K for his trouble. Great defensive being thrown up by the Mazaalai side. They got that AWP pushing up, allowing support for Sogu to get even more frags on the board. He may even catch off several players. Run boost in from the CTs, and he will be able to deal with the first man, but the AWP of 9 still in play. USP and everything, 2 kills to his name. Zeph does come up with another trade, but traded right back from Cabal. The other AWP also holding mid. Zeta and Zion now moving on towards short. Deal with Dobu, so damage done here with the eco, but burst in from NCL. Will try not to let them go any too further forward than this. M4 recovered, see what Zion can do. Damage to be done against the T side. And eventually they will be able to get the final frag. But 3 kills against them. Again, not a bad play from MVP. And not a bad eco round from them either. The double AWP comes in from Cabal and 9. AWP in for Zeta. Gets the second face on Cabal, finally opening things up again for the T side. Can he get a secondary kill? If he could, then that might open up the options for MVP. Smokes up, Molotov's in, Zeph already heavily tagged down, and the Molotov, if he burns him alive, that will be the end of a second T-side player. But the slow face allows the AWP of Zeta to get the second kill instead. 5 versus 3. CT's forced back to hold a much more passive line, allow a lot of control for MVP. Leg shots from Zeta doing damage to Sogu. Still trying to find a kill with that AWP. Molotov's trying to force Zeph back as well. He's contested so far forward, such little HP, and he's doing a really good job of that. Bomb on the back of Zion. 5 on 3 again, favor to MVP. 40 seconds on the clock. Sogu round that corner with the AWP, very edge of the smoke, trying to catch off somebody from the T-side line. In the end, they will just decide to opt to go toward mid to B. Smokes up, flashes over. Rotation from the third player of Mazaalai will be stacking up A, and this should be a bomb plant. This probably should be a save call as well from the Mazaalai CT side. And yes. MVP, play patient, play careful. Round number 14. MVP still trailing behind the Mazaalai side. It's AWPs, AKs, a Krieg in for stacks. Zeph challenging close against the Mazaalai side, who want to aggress down into the upper tunnels. 2v2 in his position of the map, and it might end up turning the tide of the round. Sprays in, Zeph gets one, trades from Sogu, lines up, but Stacks ultimately wins out the fight, and the T's have a nice direct line into the B-bomb site. Dobu will try and respond back here. Spray out towards Stacks, deals with him, gets Zeph caught in the crossfires, and just about catches him on the retreat. Meanwhile, MVP a little bit of presence towards the short position, trying to go back and rotate to A once again, but he's quickly dealt with by the AWPer. NCL round this corner in towards the longhouse. He's traded back to 2 versus 2, but the AWPer 9 still available. And he will be able to keep it in the man advantage favor of the CT side. Zeta facing, flashing, going in towards long. Going to find 2 players. They know exactly where he is as well. That re-smoke will best confirm his position out here towards that long area. He's got no backup utility either, so he's got to smoke close and try and cross towards the far position. He's against the AWP. Face back in, flick does not quite land. Catching on his Achilles heel though, legs him down, shoots him in the kneecaps. Plants the bomb for default. Zeta with a clutch and a half to make work here for the MVP side. Shots coming in from Dobu, missing all of them. Knows that 9's extremely low, has that P250 out, ready for the man close. Jumping AK's not going to land on the headshot. Zeta tags up 9, but the spray constantly a headshot angle here towards the boxes will be able to win out for Dobu. 3 kills for him, double AWP setup staying and playing the defuse coming through for the man. 8 on the board for Mazaalai. They're going to win the half on the CT side. And MVP, they've been appropriately shut down, you know. It was a confident start on those first 5 rounds. But since then, it's been a little bit shaky. Mazaalai slowly catching up, getting to evens, taking the lead away. MVP also trying to catch up, but shut down immediately in their 1-round victory. Now a lost bonus sort of savouring them. Get the buy-ups in with the Kriegs, the AKs, the AWP on Zeta. Double AWP still in play for Mazaalai. A couple of weakened weapons in NCL in particular, but other than that, it's a confident setup for a confident CT side so far. And that could be enough to shut down MVP again. Such a good map for them on T side. We haven't seen much of their CT side. So usually when they win, they're so dominant on the T side that you don't even need to see a CT side for MVP. Ret mid faces from Dobu will come through. Sogu also will be here with the smokes. Stop them from getting in towards the mid doors. .40 seconds, so far no kills, no damage coming in. Just utility plays and setups to try and get the T-side players on towards short. We've seen how poorly this can go in the past. It's HSK to draw the first of Dobu. Looking back in for the second, Stacks gets that kill instead. A 5 versus 3 scenario, the bomb plant should be allowed, and Mazaalai, 2-man disadvantage here on the retake. A lot of utility has been used up by the T-side, but the same could also be said for the CTs. Love it also falling on the map as Zeta with the orb gets ready. Catches so good, looks back in for Cabal. No scope, doesn't quite land. The third face may go well enough, but the Molotov eventually will keep Cabal at the way as Zion takes him out. It's all NCL, 1 versus 5 on long. They spot him, they burst him, they spray him, and Stacks takes the 2K to get the 7th on the board for MVP. So a close half still by the T-side players, but even so, disappointing considering where you've seen MVP stand on a T-side. What they've been able to do with the T-side in the past to Dust 2. The tactical being called by Mazaalai here. Our second tactical of, I think, the map series? No, probably the map, probably like the 3rd or 4th so far over the course of the entire series. I was going to make a comment about how, you know, very, very uncommon these timeouts are. The fuse in for Zeph, double flash at the ready. Piece of Kevlar coming in for the MVP side versus Mazaalai now with their double flash and smoke for NCL. Smoke Molotov for Cabal. Default pistols and Kevlar across everybody. Stacks has not invested into anything. Back on the B bomb side, do you not realize? Here comes the T side. Sogu and 9 straight in, and Algen, Zeta and Zion Dobu with a 3rd frag, and Sogu continues to frag away on HSK. Stacks being the last man standing. He's got no Kevlar. Aim punch going to hurt against the headshot of the first man, seeing all the tracer bullets fire away through the smokes, and 9 will eventually spot him creeping out of the smoke and get himself the double. Mazaalai. Now gaining full T-side control as they continue with their lead against MVP. Scouts in, CZ with the force buy for the CT side. It's complete opposite of the dominance we saw over on Mirage. Mazaalai move in over to the B-bomb site. Only one man there to contest it. It's HSK with a scout. He knows that his firepower is not too much to handle an AK with. We'll try and hold down the mid position, hoping that there's a flank coming through from Mazaalai, but then most of the T-side forces are just committed, going for the bump plant immediately. Not going to try and default out and get frags against MVP. Intel moves up, bursts on through. Going to get some money farmed up for the MAC-10. And actually, we'll take a little bit more damage back with the scout, but being able to suppress the Cabal with a scout challenge of his own right will lose out the Zeta. Second phase will be the end of his life, so they're not going to matter too much, but quickly picked up by 9 here. See what you could do with it. I mean, they are picking apart these T-side players, which leaves a lot of reinvestment to come through, especially with that Kevlar. Only one death sustained by either side. Mazaalai losing Cabal should be able to reinvest into this round. And also should be seeing an eco, well, eco in terms of no investment coming in from MVP. They've still got weapons to play with. Obviously, 5 players staying alive with CZs and scouts, so see if they can do the damage with it is the new question. Face up. Oh, good shot by Zeta. That's a hell of a way to start. Flick in through the door against 9. Now sprays in from NCL. We'll try and take out Stacks to try and trade it back for the T-side. We'll spot 3 on the way on the rotation. Running out of ammo though, can't quite find one of those frags. It will be Stacks left to 14 points of health. Nade onto his position, actually going to land on the wall instead. Do damage onto the remaining T-side players, all of whom have rotated. Second kill found by Zionist. Sugo finally frags back, but oh, not for long. Zeta takes him out, leaving 2 left now. 1 left in Dobu. MAC-10 at the helm against 3 more players. Low HP, gets a second headshot. But he's got to find that AK dropped by his teammate. He's got to do something with it. He picks up that bomb and rounds back out towards the B-bomb site. He's just got a MAC-10 to work with. And weaponry for the CETs to hold here. Looking for that AK. It will be picked up by HSK. And the second one recovered by Stacks. Up against Dobu. This could end up being, ooh, beautiful or not. Digging towards short, catching Stacks, but he tags in a 1 point of health. He's got to land a headshot immediately against HSK. Spots him and no, jumping in the air. HSK doesn't care. 8 on the board for MVP. Reinvestment from Mazaalai as well. 2 AK-47s, 1 ult from Dobu. Take first phase, but can't quite win out the duel. The first CT will cross, and the Molotov will be allowed to go down. So I'm putting smokes on and everything. Going to keep the other side of the long house completely covered off, and no chance for Mazaalai to get long control of this stage. Zeph and HSK boost one on top of the other as they try and hold the mid to be cross. Mazaalai do establish the mid control and the tunnels control. Looking like it will most likely be a B site hit. Do split or rush or execute? It's the real question. 40 seconds remaining as the T's pile all 5 out of the B bomb site. Zion and no, Zeph and Stacks, excuse me, there to hold the defensive. Good counter flashes as well, catching all 5 players down, but they face their way up and Stacks goes falling. Zeph with a spray. Blind managed to do some damage, take down 1 player, but not the second. 4 versus 3 might just prompt MVP to save already, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Not a lot of money kicking around those bank accounts. MVP so much tied up in round 19, and they'll just opt. It's probably best to cut your losses. Get away with an AK, and an AWP and an AUG. Mazaalai fire right back against MVP. Orcs in for 9, trying to do some early damage, take an opening kill on the short position. It is Zeph that takes the early damage, however, for the CT side. Molotov doubt sprayed up, I'm not really sure. It looked like Molotov damage from my perspective. Zeta and HSK are ready for the counter face. Nice nade in, will do a lot onto Dobu. Back to relatively even standing in terms of the HP disadvantages, but Mazaalai with the map control versus MVP would play passive so far throughout the entire CT half and have been beaten back even further in spite of it. Zeta with the AWP out on ramp, 45 seconds. Bomb passed over the Dobu. And Mazaalai being very indecisive about the decisions right now. They're both staying back towards tunnels, going more towards short. Finally, they will commit to the short push. Smokes in, Molotovs away. T side pushing the CTs back to bay. Zeta and Zion, 2 players to try and hold this. The AWP, end of the smoke, looking for 1 player through it. Will not catch any vision though. Still looking around towards the rice bags, and the bomb will just be allowed to get planted here on the short position. Completely uncontested, no information gained by MVP, but they will bounce out the flashbangs. And actually, if they had that info, they would have been able to take out Knight. Instead, AWP shot for the first, takes out Zeph, spots HSK around the corner, flashbang in from his teammates, allows him to peek at the first and damage to the second, but not take him out. NCL keeps the man advantage for the T-side favor. Mazaalai holding their own. 2 more players still towards short, and finally Cabal will be traded, but Zax and Zeta go falling, and Zion, last man standing, not going to stand a chance here. 2 kills for Dobu. The short control decimated by Mazaalai. MVP cannot establish any part of the map, any advanced angles to work with in the retake. CZ's in, P250 for the eco, MVP not a whole lot to work with. Ooh, nade stack though, does take out NCL, that's 1 AWP. Further nades in to do damage onto Soga and everything. He's trying to get that AWP out of play, but it's grabbed by Zeta and rotated immediately to the man. That got the kill for the CT side. Soga's also lost his weapon as well, he threw it away. Trying to get it back. He'll need a boost up actually to get that rifle. So that's actually MVP indirectly doing even more damage to the Mazaalai side than they initially expected. They got that AWP. They have no idea that second player has lost his AK. Don't know where it dropped, to be honest. I might have to take a look at that in the demo later. .60 seconds remaining for the T side hit to come through towards that B bomb site. It looks like they've all committed up toward the upper tunnels. And Stacks, PT50 in hand. Zeph, USP at long ranges, and Stacks will wait. Great counter has come back in, so we're going to get tagged up. Headshot found by Stacks. Zeta comes up with an AWP pick. Zeph traded back, and Zeta going to rephrase through the B doors. Both players distracted with a car player, and Stacks is still alive. The flicks come through, and Stacks ends up with a 2K. Zeta with 3, and MVP steal an eco away from Mazaalai. All of a sudden, and just like that, Reinvestment from Mazaalai does not look very pretty either. Deagle out for Dobu. He's going to be designated bomb planter at this stage. Up in for 9, 3 AKs. Zeph, switching out his weapon at the worst possible moment just as they cross. The T's will know that there's one CT there at least. There's one more man on the bomb site to try and defend it. Stacks gets down one player before Cabal trades it, and Zeph will be traded back over to the mid position. 4 versus 3. Flashes in, so we're going to evade and get ready for HSK. Round the corner, his head will be shot in the back. And Zion takes a trade right back for the CTs, but a 3 versus 2. Flick back from Zeta, catches NCL, but doesn't take him down. AUG's recovered, but Zeta and Zion think better of this. Going to go in for another save for MVP. 13-9 though, just as the eco came through for the CT side as well. They cannot follow it up. Mazaalai go in with the full buy. MVP with their 2 weapon save will allow another full buy to come in for the CTs, but they've got to get some rounds on the board. Mazaalai are inching closer and closer to victory here on Dust 2. MVP only scoring 2 rounds in this half. It's all been Mazaalai other than that. Cabal looks up and over. Smokes up, trying to blind off the short position. Zeta comes back with one of his own right. Flashing from 9 will allow Soga to peek alongside NCL. Both players come out and about. Sprays on the door. Zeph deals with him. Stacks also back in the pump site inside that corner. Flashbang keeps him alive at the moment. Is allowed for a kill as a result, but USP surely can't do the damage indeed. Dinks down Cabal. Zion comes in with a quick response on towards Sogu, and Stacks does get that kill. 9 trades back with the AWP. Dobu dealing with Zeta to 2 versus 2 with the bomb still on the bomb site, and they spot 9. 9's looking down the floor. What's going on? Did he DC? Might be a possibility, but Stacks up for the 4K clutch to hold down the B-side defensive. 35 seconds, and Dobu is on 8 points of health. The trade's good for Mazaalai so far. MVP still up for a good round. 20 seconds. Bomb down in the open, and Stacks playing carefully. Back behind the big box. 15 seconds, and he sprays. He gets 4. He gets an AK. He gets an AWP potentially. Indeed, he will find that big green gun. And they'll be back to double digits. MVP within 3 of the Mazaalai side. A timeout going to come through for the T-side players, tactical in nature. Would have thought they would use a technical one, considering what happened to 9 there. And Mazaalai going to opt for the eco at this stage. Utility out for NCL, and 9CZ in for NCL as well, the most bolstered player on the T side, but he better be ready to do some serious work for them. All 5 stacking up, and he's going to get ready for the flashes inland. Oh, the nay response from the CT side, though. That's going to hurt. That will weaken them severely, but against this AWP, there could still be a bit of potential to overwhelm the CT defensive. There's only 2 rifles here, one towards CT, one towards long, and the big green gun is going to have to do all of it. HSK gets ready, and indeed Zeta does fall back. Big execute coming through, one player drops, and HSK sees it, spot sprays, and deals with Dobu. The NCL uses all his utility to get the bomb to the bomb plant position. Down on short, 4 versus 5. Zeph moves in with an MP5. We can join the CT forces. No one on short, and I think that MVP could have benefited from the short bracket. I mean, they are on eco here. They aren't just pistols. People will be tricked into thinking there's a bit more on their side, but eventually they will get mopped up. 3 players down. Smoke to the short position. Zion will try and play it to stop any bullets coming forward against the Mazaalai. Just going to concede. They got a bomb plant out of that, and that was basically mission accomplished from that point on. Money boosted on the Mazaalai side. They can force the investment. AK should come through AWP potential for 9. And he will go for it. AKs on everybody else. Slightly limited utility, but enough to work with on the T-side defaults. Smokes are abound. And Mazaalai move in to take point. On towards the lower tunnels, on towards the top mid position. AWP will take the first shot. Dobu move up and close against Zeph. Just waiting towards that mid position. Zeph will be forced back over to CT spawn, but he's still got smokes that he can use to the mid doors. Using that to try and block off the likes of Dobu. The sprays will come back through the doors. One minute and 20. Sprays in from HSK, will catch off 9, take him down, that's the orb out of play. Reese Ferns back from Sogu, completely blind with NCL, putting all sorts of traces down range against Zeph, and we'll get him through the doors eventually. One overly aggressive CT, and certainly if that was only HSK up there, then maybe you might be able to find that frag if Zeph had just fallen back out. Peeking up, kill comes in from Cabal. Return back to the man advantage of Mazaalai. 1 player left on the B bomb site. It's all left to Stacks, who's now going to get pressured in over on the window area. Gets himself 1 and a second. Zion coming in with another kill, and NCL just evaded back over to the B doors. 24 points of health. The AWP from Zeta ready for a bit more. NCL last man standing though. 1 versus 3. Bomb in CT control. This point might be a consolation prize to get away with his life. The AKs will not be able to come out for Mazaalai. And yeah, he'll hold on to the AK. PGL stickers and all.
Counter-terrorists win.
Another timeout going to be called here by Mazaalai. 3 out of 4 used so far. They are running out of tacticals. MVP have caught up. They found the defensive that works. They found a formula, and the trades are looking better for the Koreans so far in this one. Stand-up performance from Stacks this time. Zion's fallen behind. Stacks 23 kills. Has been the consistent performer, I think, for MVP in the last couple of days. Let's see if that performance will get him back here on Dust 2. Let's see if it can push it over to a victory for MVP. 1 round from equalizing for MVP. 4 rounds from ending off the series for the Koreans. 3 for Mazaalai to take us to a 3rd map. We go green. Orps in for 2 players from Zeta and Stacks. 3 AUGs. 1 AK from NCL saved, everybody else on eco from Mazaalai, so they were looking likely to concede this one unless NCL does some serious fragging. They'll get out towards short, and 1 play is there. Zeta dealt with. First AWP out of play. HSK bursting on through, looking for the headshot angle. He will take NCL down, but low P of his own right. The pistols could overwhelm this player. 4 HP. He will be forced to fall back and leave it to his CT teammates. The bomb will be allowed, and Dobu snuck his way in towards mid, hearing footsteps on the left-hand side. Will catch off Stacks, take him down, looking for another man advantage. Almost tipped to the favor of Mazaalai, but Sogu now last man standing on the A bomb site. 1v3. Zion close. PGVD headshot found. Second player's low. He can't land on HSK. We'll look for Zeph instead, but the AUG now rounds that corner. He's established good control on the bomb site, and he will take him down. 11 points of health, though, and Sogu on his lonesome damn near clutched that together for the T side. The fuse will come through for MVP. All evened out. Bomb plant established by the T side. The double orbs are saved though. And Stacks and Zeta can have their other chances at redemption. Both players got out of that round without getting a kill. Zymima buying out the AUG. 3 orgs in play. Full scope setup for MVP. Cabal up on the T side. A quick play from 4 players out and about into the longhouse. They will not get the opening kills. Instead it's MVP to put a nade straight on towards them and damage 4 players. So good, the only one that didn't take it because he's all the way back over in the B tunnels. MVP setting up a really, really confident round for them from here. But it requires the kills. It requires the hit to come through from Mazaalai, and it requires MVP to be able to outread and outplay them. "55 seconds remain on the clock. Mazaalai, 4 players will rotate back over to the B bomb site. They've got only 2 players for this. No one in mid to try and cover it off. 1 player back at long as Cabal with that AWP, as here comes Stacks with the opening kill. Zeph ready and waiting for the execute, and he will be there for Dover on the secondary frag. No kills from the T side so far. They know Stacks back there, and so good attack of his own teammate. Almost took NCL out. Finding the face in from Zeph will deal with him. Stacks still with the ball back here. HSK gets 1 kill on the rotation, and Stacks cuts off the other, leaving Cabal, the last man, lurking back in mid, killed by Zeta. And lead retaken by MVP at long last. They fought hard for this one. Haven't had it since round 9. Mazaalai with 1 final buyback here on the T side, again within inches of taking this victory on this map. MVP are about to shut them down for their 2-0 series. It's AWPs in for Zeta and Stacks. I think the same positions being played by both players. Yeah, Stacks back behind the small box on the B bomb site. Zeta's actually holding in from window on B, so it's an AWP crossfire. Be watching out middle. Giving his eye on the mid to B push. 1 minute and 10 left for Mazaalai. They've established mid contact. They've established control in the short position. Tobu and Cabal slowly creeping forward. HSK and Zion there for the passive crossfire out towards the long position. No one on the bomb site directly. They've mostly focused on the B site. But Zeta will slowly rotate up, look towards mid, hoping to catch off anybody from the T side players that might be here, but going to focus mostly on the A site. Here come the execute, here come the flashbangs, here come the smokes from the T side line. 4 players out of short, still watching on towards long. The AWP ready for anyone that drops down in towards the CT cross, but the smokes will cover him off. That will allow the T side players to establish minimal contact out towards long. The bomb will get planted. Another 5v5 retake, favor of no one. Small HP advantage for MVP, but like by a single point. NCL ready to catch off rotations, ready to catch somebody on the backstab. Will MVP be ready for this? Zeph bursts through, takes out Sogu, deals with the first man, trying to get trades back on Dobu's part, but now the wrap stab comes in from NCL. We can't take him down, but gives up his position instead as the kill comes in against Cabal. Dobu with 1 frag, finding for the T side. He will be traded quickly. 9 comes back up, he's still on the bomb site. AWP close range, trying to flick around the corner, will catch him through the box as NCL gets dropped by Zeph. MVP. Slow retake, a couple of blunders from Mazaalai though, and certainly they had the positioning to be able to deal with the CT line. Information given up towards that mid face. 15-13, map and match point for MVP, Project Korea. And another tactical will be forced out by Mazaalai. Last stand, last chance for Mazaalai. Try and keep themselves alive, force us to round 30 at the very least. If not, get us to the third map. That is really what Mazaalai are focusing on here. The Orb in Vizetta, first man up, looking into the mid face, looking onto the T spawn. Sogu looks up and over and looks into the B tunnels. Zeta ready to cut them off there. If they try to make their way out, flashbang's over. And towards short control as HSK moves in to try and establish some short control. Zeta, meanwhile, smokes down. Putting them away. Flicks don't land. Nade might be able to do so, though. Right onto Dobu. Does a lot more damage than that Orb ever could. Oh, flick from Zeta through the door. Catches the first man blind. Dobu will be able to sneak up. NCL all the same. 9. Get towards his teammates with rotations in from Cabal. Might try and deal with Zeta back here. Spot sprays, but force him off angle. Doesn't take the kill. Meanwhile, a burst in from HSK and Zeta holds through right here. As last man standing is 9. Bomb on his back, but not going to happen. Zine takes the final. 16-13. MVP from a very, very flusterous first half and a very flusterous beginning to the second half. Will be able to claim the match overall, claim the series, and claim the spot in the upper bracket finals above Mazaalai. Mazaalai, their chances are not done just yet. They will be dropping to those lower bracket finals where they will be facing Ignis or Absolute. I believe that match is still ongoing. Yeah, Ignis currently in overtime against Absolute on that second map. So if you want to watch that, you can go to twitch.tv/StarLadder and you can watch that match live as it happens. For now, though, we're done with the second stream as our upper bracket match, as upper bracket overall has just been completely established and completely defined. And those lower bracket matches, that grand final match, will come through over tomorrow on the main stream with Zesht. But for now, I've been the Eternal J. I've been your commentator for the evening. If you have enjoyed any of today's casting, I encourage that you hit the ! caster command and follow my personal Twitter. It does me a lot of favors. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with even more of the minor qualifier action. So be sure to keep all the channels followed and tune back in to hopefully see MVP and Mazaalai do some even more damage. Till then, though, take care, and we'll see you soon.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.